Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Jason from the Browscade. Hey, hope you guys had a great week. Hope you're having a good weekend. So, I didn't put anything up this last week. I was busy at the shop. Had a few people fly in from out of state, and I don't have the type of job where like I can just like not show up, because if I do that, I don't get paid. So yeah, it was kind of a busy week. Had some family shit going on too. So, since I don't do this full time or get paid for any of my reviews, gotta work when I gotta work. So anyways, last night we were doing the whole family thing. I was looking for this flashlight, actually. Couldn't find it last night. Found it this morning when I wasn't looking for it. But what I did find was this SG Knives handkerchief that I thought I lost. And it reminded me, I have not yet reviewed the SG Knives Mini Mori. I have done a first impressions video on this knife, but never a review. So I thought we would go through this thing together today. So anyways, yeah, SG Knives from Indonesia. This thing cost me 550 bucks. It's S35VN blade steel, nice deep hollow grind, runs on bearings, right? Like all the sweet shit, got all the titanium, right? The copper accents. 100% of this knife is made by hand, down to the hardware. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The motherfucking pivot and screws are all made by SG Knives. Literally, nothing is bought. Everything is built. I think that's pretty fucking cool. So, yeah, 550 comes in this badass box, right? Not a fucking little pouch, right? That costs 42 cents. A wood box, hand cut out little spots for everything, right? You want to get story time with this bitch? Gives you a little fucking, a little something about the collaboration right there, right? Also in that box, you get a cool little like multi-tool keychain thing with this badass little bone warrior etched into it right there. Good for those beer bottles if you're into that shit, right? Also, for all my boys that are into that weird shit hanging off the end of their knife, look, oh, we got a little butt bead up in this bitch for you. Check it out. Right? Also signed and numbered, pretty fucking sleazy. Side note, I got number 34, which is my, my favorite number backwards, 43. So, yeah, kind of works out. So, anyways, the Browscade, we have a 40 possible point scoring system. Today, we are recycling one of my old notebooks for my shooting data but for my competitive shooter, I reload. So, I keep, like, load data in a little book, right? This is from my old book that I was going to throw away. So, yeah. So the SG Knives Mini Mori for comfort carry, it gets a name. So this thing is just over 5 inches overall length, right? About 5 1/4. Blade is about 2, what was it? It was 2 1/4 inches long with right at about exactly 2 inches of cutting area. Yeah, this thing's comfortable. I mean, I can't give it a 9 or a 10 because like the Baby Banter and the Civivi Odium are, I mean, they're quite a bit more comfortable than this. But those knives are literally like, I mean, they nailed it, those ones for comfort, right? Great EDC knives. Go watch my my Baby Banter video. Man, that knife did really, really well. But yeah, no, it's very comfortable for like a smaller knife, right? Now, for myself, I wouldn't just grab back here. I would definitely choke up, up here on this little spot, right? But it's not a front finger trial. It's just more of a nice little spot for your finger, but be careful because you could fuck yourself off right there. So, yeah. Some nice effective jimping. Also has this cool little divot that you could use for like, I don't know, maybe like some push cuts, right? Or you want to get artistic with that shit, right? Yeah, very, very comfortable. Just not like quite Baby Banter or Civivi Odium comfortable. So, yeah. What else? Pocket clip, it's fine. If this was a bigger knife, I would say that that's a little anemic for the size of the knife. But for this being less than 3 inches knife closed, that pocket clip's just fine. Although when I did carry this the few times I have carried it, I just put it in my 5th pocket. So didn't even use the pocket clip. So yeah. Build finish. Oh, it gets a 10. I don't know if you guys know this, but SG Knives is like the business, right? So just look at how that copper backspacer is completely seamless, right? Look at the pocket clip. Look at that. It almost looks like it's an integral through here, right? it almost looks like the pocket clip. If you didn't know there was a screw right there and you saw it from right here, you'd be like, oh shit, is that just milled out of a block of titanium? Because it's like literally like seamless. And yeah, SG has some knives where people are like, oh, that's like a sick integral. You're like, dude, that's not an integral. That backspacer is titanium. You just can't see the seam. So just go check out his Instagram and check out some of his titanium knives, right? With titanium backspacers. And some of them legit look like they're just carved out of one chunk of titanium. Now, he does do some integrals, but yeah, the ones I have from him are not. So anyways, yeah, build finish is a 10. I mean, look at the blade, right? Look at that deep hollow grind. Very thin behind the edge, right? Just have to take my word for it. But trust me, it is, right? I might start breaking out the calibers just to show behind the edge thickness every once in a while. I don't normally do that, but I know some people would like to know that info. So yeah. Price value, I mean, it's 550 bucks. I'm going to tell you a quick little story. He posted that he was going to do a limited edition collaboration run. He was doing 20 of these. They were $750. I paid in full, right, on the pre-order. He finishes the knives, right? I wake up one day after I got my knife. Or no, I'm sorry. It had already shipped, but I hadn't gotten it yet. There was $200 more in my account than the night before. And I was like, what the fuck happened, right? I'm like trying to figure it out. He lowered the price on this, you know, collaboration box set. He didn't call me. He didn't email me. He didn't message me, nothing. He just sent me back $200. And what a cool guy, right? Like he didn't have to do that. And I wouldn't even known, right? So the fact that he's an honest dude and he loves our business, meaning Americans, he loves our business. He does go the extra mile, right? I have no doubts if he ever had an issue with any of his knives, he would 100% guarantee them and fix anything that, you know, if something was to go wrong, he would take care of you. I have no doubt. So price value, it's a 10. I mean, 550 bucks for a knife that is completely 100% handmade, no CNC machinery. Yeah, that's a fucking deal. Considering I have knives like, I mean, love this knife, right? The fucking something obscene J-Cape, right? But this is almost $400. And this is just a production knife. So to pay, you know, $150 more to get something that was all made by hand, that's a fucking deal. And you get a fucking hanky that's usually 40, 50 bucks, a sweet little fucking butt bead so you can get into that weird shit. Yeah, fucking smoking ass deal as far as I'm concerned. Cool factor, I mean, you know, it's a 10, right? I mean, it would be a fucking 12 if Brass Brigade did 12s, but we don't. So, yeah, cool factor, it's a 10. This thing gets an overall score of 38. So, like, this is one of those knives. Like, I highly, highly recommend it. Yeah, you got to at least get you one SG knives. If you're a collector and maybe you've only, like, you know, pushed that fucking price limit, you know, bar to around 400 bucks, right? You haven't made that next purchase that's over 400, right? I was that guy too for a while until I got my first, you know, over $500 knife, right? If you're going to buy a custom knife, right, and you're going to spend, you know, $500 to $700 on that knife, get an SG knives. Get an SG knives. Get a gripper, right? If you look at my review on the gripper, right, I talk about the gripper and the custom that SG does. Get a gripper from SG Knives. Just order it from me. That's easy to do. You just go to my Instagram, right, and leave me a DM and we'll get you one made. So, but yeah, if you don't have a handmade, no CNC machinery, right, like completely dialed in full custom knife yet, get one. And I highly suggest SG Knives to be your first, because there's really nothing like these guys. I mean, I have a lot of knives, and something about SG Knives, even over a couple other full customs I have, there's just something about them, and I can't explain it. But I highly, highly recommend this knife, or any knives from him for that matter. So anyways, guys, love Halloween. Can't wait to post some spooky shit for you guys. Yeah, hope you guys had a great week. Have a killer weekend. And you know the deal. Stay safe, shoot straight. Until the next one. Yeah.